From requesting to leave the UFC to making a massive statement in the crossover boxing scene, Darren Till has been absolutely killing it to the point where even professional boxers have been ducking him. Here's how Darren Till has done it. Heading into his last fight in the UFC, he was riding a 2-fight losing streak, with his last 5 being 1-4. There were a lot of questions about injuries and consistency with fighting once a year for the last 3 years. His opponent, on the other hand, is a surging contender out of South Africa. Dricus du Plessis was building up his reputation for being relentless and powerful while having an awkward style to blend with. This resulted in Dricus du Plessis getting a third round submission over Till, with this being his final fight in the UFC for now. In March of 2023, Darren Till got his request granted by leaving the UFC with his main reason to pursue a different combat sport, boxing. But he had to first take a break to recover from all the injuries he's gotten in the UFC within the last few years. And then he also didn't want to take any more stupid fights. After taking his time recovering from all the injuries, a year and a half later, Darren Till gets a fight that puts the whole crossover scene on notice. Darren Till was going to make his Misfits boxing debut against Tommy Fury. When taking the Darren Till fight, on paper, Tommy Fury being the professional boxer, it should be another easy fight for him. The press conference happened and things started off pretty cordial until it turned left.
It's one of them.
Listen, Darren, you got to walk into the firing line, mate.
No,
and everyone that I've sparred from the Olympics who's turned over pro, it's different watching me on the television.
Well, at the end of the day, if I can't beat it, I'll just kick you in the face in there. How about that?
Well, that's not going to happen, Darren.
Well, it obviously is. How are you going to stop?
Because we're 8 in a cage now in a boxing ring, and you're going to find out that boxing
if I'm
is
losing
very
that fight,
different
I'll
to MMA.
just kick you straight in your face.
Listen,
you won't know what
you
hit
kick
you.
me straight in the face, well, that's it. It's going to be a proper fight then, isn't it?
But then I'll win because I'm a proper fighter.
Well, yeah.
Darren Till, as a joke, kept talking about how he can knock him out in different ways, such as KOing him with leg kicks to the head, and Tommy Fury and his team was not appreciative of that. Weeks after, Tommy Fury had an announcement to make about how he decided to pull out of the fight. With the concerns from the Fury team, Misfits had to think quick on their feet to try finding a replacement. And well, the first fighter to step up was Anthony Taylor. Anthony Taylor was holding a Misfits belt at the time and was going up in a lot of weight. Being at 192.5 pounds, AT was becoming one of the best fighters on the platform. Fans out there were giving him the respect and still could think that he can pull off this fight. Main eventing Misfits 20 in Manchester, the crowd was fully packed to watch Darren Till makes his Misfits boxing debut. From start to finish, Darren Till was making this fight very easy. He won this fight by a 6th-round TKO, but there are big things to take away from that performance. Till showed a lot of skill in the boxing ring, and especially of how he uses his left hand in different varieties, with also landing with a ton of power. The question would be, though, for his next fight, is how he would hold up against someone who is close to his size. And that's what Misfits 21 was all about. The matchup against the dentist, Darren Stewart, he was a former UFC fighter that was planning to make his debut into the Misfits boxing ring. He was not only close to his stature, but he also showcased good striking whenever he fought. With the build-up being pretty respectful, fans were expecting a similar performance. And it was looking like that. Straight to the fight, Till got a knockdown in the first round. But Darren Stewart was able to get back and progressively throughout the fight started to make it more competitive. Up until the last round. The final round ends up really solidifying it for Darren Till when he got a buzzer beater knockdown to end the fight. With the scorecards, it was 77-74 on 2 of them, and the third one being 77-73, winning that fight by unanimous decision. Till still carrying the momentum, a heated rivalry begins to set up with an announcement. A couple months after, Luke Rockhold steps up with his last win coming from Karate Combat. There was a lot of back and forth exchanges from both fighters, especially throughout the press conferences. Fight Week really emphasized it, with brawls and shit talking. The main thing that was on the line from both fighters was pride, and a win would do wonders for both fighters and take them to that next level because of the magnitude with the amount of eyes that they brought to the event. This past weekend, Darren Till having the nastiest knockout in the third round on Misfits not only increased his credibility in the ring, but also has a lot of momentum with fans liking to watch him box. Recording this just a couple days after the event made me really think about Darren Till in a couple of aspects. Taking a break from the UFC was definitely one of the best decisions Darren Till has made in recent time. And what does the road look like for him in his boxing career? Does he go back to his rivalry fight with Tommy Fury, where it all started for him in the Misfits boxing journey? Or does he take the other route, the route where he could potentially make a lot of money, where there's a lot of momentum with this influencer boxer in Jake Paul? Let me know what you guys think Darren Till should do next.